Copa America is next, and that is where we would like to spend a little bit of time today. Canada Soccer took a little bit of flack for tweeting the promotional broadcast graphic, with everyone reminding them, you haven't qualified for the event just yet. But if they do, or if Trinidad and Tobago goes on to win, they will find out who they are playing this evening. Ollie, what are the best and worst possible outcomes when you look at the draw tonight for Trinidad and Tobago or for Canada?
Well, there's probably a couple of different ways of looking at this. I think you want to come away from this tournament having played Argentina or Brazil. Like, if you haven't done that at the Copa America, you're going to the Copa America for the first time. That's going to be something of a disappointment. So for me personally, I wouldn't look at it purely in terms of what's the easiest group for Canada. I think you kind of want a mixture of, can we be competitive in a potential group if they qualify, but also can we get some marquee games? So I'd like to see Argentina or Brazil come out of that hat in the first pot. And get that kind of matchup. And then it gets kind of more interesting in terms of potential difficulty level, right? If you pull Uruguay out of pot 2, that's going to be very, very challenging for Canada to get out of a group like that. But then maybe Peru, Ecuador, again, they're still going to be underdogs, but it's certainly a different caliber of team to Uruguay under Bielsa, and even Colombia as well. Pot 3 is a bit more of kind of, I don't think that there's a great difference between the top and the bottom team in that pot. So some kind of mixture for me between having like the real marquee games, playing Argentina, let's say, out of that first pot, but then maybe getting the lower ranked teams out of pots 2 and 3 that gives you at least a puncher's chance of getting a result of this tournament, being competitive at this tournament. I think that would be a nice kind of balance for Canada. They can only draw one other CONCACAF team. They could have potentially all 3 teams from South America in their group. So that'll be interesting to watch. But yeah, I think you at least want to get one big marquee game out of that group stage.
Of course you do. Do you guys believe in jinxes, by the way? Did Canada jinx this? No. You don't? Because a lot of people that view this show regularly remind us when something goes wrong. As a commentator, Adam, if you say something,
that's why I don't believe
it's your fault. It's your fault.
So if all the people who don't want them to like tweet it and jinx it, are you not going to be tuning into this draw? Everyone's going to be watching it. Of course, they're going to promote
it. You're right. I'm just having some fun. Yes, you want to play Lionel Messi in Argentina. You want to play Brazil. I do not want to see them play the United States or Mexico or even Panama. Like Canada-Panama games, like I've seen a lot of that matchup in recent vintage. So bring on the biggest and bring on the best. I'd love to see Colombia bring back some memories from the Gold Cup in the year 2000. Why not? In pot 3, perhaps it's Venezuela that maybe would be the I don't know, the weakest team amongst that group. That doesn't matter to me. But play the world champions, play Brazil, play Uruguay, play Colombia. Like, this is a time that you want those big games, and we'll see where this team is at. Nothing's going to be easy. Nothing should be easy when you're building towards a World Cup. These are the types of games that they want. So let's see what the draw has in store. And for Trinidad and Tobago or Canada, one of them will know their fate relatively soon.